I know, early morning. But y'all wouldn't know him. But it is early. I think it's like 7:30 or something in the morning. Before I get my day started, I just had to just share this thought with you. It's not going to be a long video, but oh, by the way, thank y'all so much. Those of you who've subscribed, thank you so much. We're halfway there to our 1,200 to 1,500 mark subscribers. Thank you so much. Let's keep it going. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe, so we can just start having these live conversations. But look, this whole deal about DEI, what's the diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? And if you haven't been paying attention, the governor of Florida has cut it out in a couple of schools there. I think the University of South Florida, and I think it is sweeping across the country in these institutions, these higher institutions of higher education or higher learning, and and it's causing a little panic across the country. Oh my God, they are doing away with the DEI programs. Well, okay, and if you notice the title of this live, it is DEI needs to DIE. And I say this, yes, as a black man, because black men really never benefited from that. It's just like the civil rights movement, and through that came, I guess, as a result of the civil rights movement, it came after affirmative action came later on, right? And we all can attest that affirmative action really never benefited black people. It benefited everybody else. White women, immigrants, Asians, or whatever, LGBT, black women. But it never really benefited black men. Unless he might have been a black Greek or black homosexual. But as far as the rest of us, it didn't benefit us. So I don't have a problem with them taking out these programs. It didn't benefit us in the first place. And of course, all types of reasonings behind, well, in corporate America, they really need these programs and all this. Well, continue to, do your thing. Um, I don't have a problem with DEI, DIEing or dying because it's it's very clear that these programs really don't help to push our community forward. What it does is just give a select group of people opportunities or jobs to work in white spaces. When, especially in these universities, and we have 100, at least I think 100 left, maybe 99 to 100 HBCUs left. We have about 44 million black people and only what, 300,000 black kids attend HBCUs, but 1.9 million attend PWIs. They don't need our attendance. They make plenty of money. And there are plenty of jobs that can be had for black professionals, scholars, administrators at HBCUs. But for some reason, black people really just feel this need to be in these white spaces. It's amazing. You can work wherever you want to work. I'm just telling you what I know and what I see. And the only people that seem to be crying about it are LGBT, black women, and men of that group. The rest of us understand, as Dr. Claude Anderson has always taught us for the past 40 years. Race is a group effort. It is a team effort. It is a race for resources, environmental resources, economic resources, political resources. And these things that have been given to black people as under the guise of trying to equaling out the playing field, well, they're quickly being dismantled because I think it wasn't a nail that held these things steady. They used tacks, pressed in tacks. You can always take a tack out, you know what I'm saying? So that's what's happening. And these DEI blacks are panicking all over the country. While the rest of us say we're going by our merry way. We know we have to get up and earn and work and create our own. And that, I think, DEI is a diversion to ownership. They'd rather go in these spaces and and be called all these racial names, then complain about it. It's the weirdest behavior. And just like the civil rights movement and affirmative action, these things, they really didn't help us in this country per se. What have helped us is what Elijah Muhammad said about 70 years ago. We tried to kneel in, crawl in, pray our way in, sleep our way in. We tried all these strategies to get into other people's spaces. But one strategy we've never tried is more powerful, as he said then, than an atomic bomb. That is black unity. It's like that word, that statement just it causes an allergic reaction in a lot of blacks in America. I don't know why. Because every other group understands unity in their group. Jews, Hispanics, LGBT, that's a subgroup, but other ethnic and racial groups, they understand. Hispanics, everybody, Asians. It was Asians under the tutelage or the encouragement of this dude, last name Bloom, that thought they were doing something really smart when they fought legally to end affirmative action practice in admissions at Harvard and Yale, and I think in Stanford. Okay, it's gone. So guess what happened to the Asians? They weren't getting in like they thought they should. Because see, those Asians thought they were hurting black people when they don't understand white supremacy like they think they do. See, all these immigrant groups come in, try to cozy up the white folks. And if you understand the history of white people, and I'm just saying, y'all, don't get mad. They don't have a problem with just being all of them and using their money and your money to make sure it's all of them. That's why they call it the white suburbs. And if one or two of anybody else, specifically black people, showed up, they had this thing called white flight. So I have no sympathy for what's happening to Asians now at the Ivy League school, because you thought you were hurting black people. Now they're putting that white boot up your Asian ass. So goodbye, DEI. It wasn't helping us in the first place. But when that happened at the University of South Florida, all these black folks, those who think it's a great idea. Well, this is what they're saying. Well, all those black athletes, they just need to leave that school. They need to transfer. Okay, I'm cool with that. But see, those black athletes have the same mindset of those DEI blacks. They're not going to transfer they are not going to transfer to Florida Memorial University, HBCU there in Florida, or Bethune-Cookman, they're in Florida, or FAMU. They're going to find another white school. Please, may I have some more, sir? See, when something happens to us individually, now we want to call for racial unity. It's these DEI multicultural blacks who behave this way. And that's a whole nother video on these people. But the rest of us understand. The rest of us understand the assignment, just like every other racial group does. It's your unity that allows you to enjoy a particular prosperity in this country of capitalism. But if you still try to spread yourself around and be around everybody else and not invest in your own self, well, the removal of affirmative action, well, that'll hurt your feelings. The removal of DEI programs, that'll hurt your feelings, but doesn't hurt mine because I understand the original assignment. Dr. Claude Anderson broke it down. It's one thing, dang it, about that whole DEI thing. Oh yeah, I was on this Facebook page. It's called HBCU Alumni Group, Alumni United Alumni Group, right? And there were black women on there saying, well, DEI is really needed at these HBCUs. I was like, why? Because I put a post up that said, this is the reason her response. I put a post up that said, I didn't need affirmative action. I didn't need a DEI program when I applied to, when I got accepted to, and when I matriculated at my HBCU. I didn't need those programs. I'm already black. So I didn't need that. But, that type of unity goes over the multicultural black's head and also the black beggar's head. Well, we need those things because other people, other groups, they bring, we need to understand the diversity within all groups. Well, I had to explain to this obtuse black woman. Diversity to me was when I enrolled in Grambling State University. Shout out to Grambling State University Tigers. They've done so well in sports this year. Um, Diversity to me was meeting other black people who I never met before. I never met anybody black from South Florida with that accent that they have. I never met any black people from all 5 boroughs of New York with the culture and the accent. Yo, son, what's going on, my brother? Never met them. I had never met, coming from Memphis, Tennessee, I never met black people from the state of California and all of the cultural mores and folkways that they brought. I had family members who moved to Chicago, but to actually be around students from Chicago, the suburbs was the inner city, that's how I learned about house music. Elevator up and down, elevator up and down. Time for the percolator. Oh, time for the percolator. Shout out to Chicago, man. By the way, Memphis has the best barbecues. Y'all can cut it out. Just stick to your pan pizza, whatever this y'all do there. But yeah, I said, damn, I never met anybody black from Bristol, Connecticut or Denver, Colorado. I never met black people, and they all come with different cultures and different ways in which they spoke and came dances, and so that to me, Chris Thomas, good morning. That to me was diversity. Because in school and stuff, we already knew about white folks. We already knew about everybody else. But there was other black people I hadn't met. And to me, that's the diversity that needs to be pushed on black kids. Meet this black person from down south Louisiana. Hey, baby. And crawfish. Crawfish balls. And second line and dun 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 ba dun ba 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 dun 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 ba 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 ba. See, I had never experienced that. So there and black folks who went to Grambling from Africa, from Nigeria, and also from Caribbean like Barbados. I never met blacks. To me, that was the diversity that I needed, along with the history of who we are and the history of where all those folks come from. So while you multicultural blacks are always talking about, well, we need to be in these white spaces. But then you're losing yourself in these spaces when they pull the rug from under you. All of a sudden now it's a national crisis because you're losing your job. Get out of here. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. DEI deserves to DIE. It's your man Rico. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're growing. Thank you so much for those of you who've already subscribed. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you later. Peace.